I like it.
Okay. Questions, comments?
No, it just makes sense. It's one of the first marketing things that's made sense.
Logo Jamie's truck.
Yep. Yeah, we've got a trailer, and we found some of our best advertising is having these guys in the communities with their logo, right?
How do you know that? Someone calls and they're like,
oh yeah, we've seen your truck.
I saw your truck.
You bet.
And then I looked you up on Google to get your phone number.
100%.
So when you're decaling your truck.
It's a rolling billboard.
Okay. So here's what I want to start doing. I'm going to give you homework that I know will just help you, and I'm going to give you this homework from the perspective of you being in charge of this.
Right. Can I get permission from my wife to be in charge first?
Sure.
Nice.
Okay, marketing. I don't know how many pieces there are in total.
Okay.
But like these are like slices. So like marketing is a three-dimensional shape.
Okay.
And we slice it at different angles. So unlike accounting, which is just 2D, you just slice it in a line.
Okay.
Like strategy, you're slicing a sphere from different perspectives, and we still never get all of it.
Okay.
So we pull a 2D shape out of a 3D shape, and it's a reflection of the whole shape, but it's not the whole shape.
Okay.
And so then you have to look at many slices to kind of get the full picture.
Right.
One slice I want to break out in your psychology is properties. This is like marketing real estate.
Okay.
So it could be like I literally own a billboard. So like the side of your building side A, building side B, these are properties or assets you have.
Okay.
Truck A, truck B, these are canvases, we can paint on them.
Yep.
This is one slice. The next slice is campaigns.
Okay.
Campaigns are actively driven activities
Okay.
with a goal. Campaigns could also be called like promotions.
Okay.
A campaign is promoting something,
Okay.
particularly a resultant action.
Okay.
Properties, campaigns, and brand assets.
Okay.
Okay, so an asset is your logo,
Okay.
your brand guide,
Okay.
meaning colors, text, etc.
Yeah. Like our marketing document.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but specifically the elements that document speaks to. The document isn't an asset.
Okay.
What the document tells you are assets. So in your branding document, it's going to say, here's our brand font, here's our brand colors,
Right.
here's how you're allowed to use the logo, etc. But the colors are the assets, the text is the asset, the logo is the asset. These are the three things
Okay.
that you then as a business owner / marketer are able to compose strategy with.
Okay.
The booth at the home show is a part of the home show campaign.
Okay.
And if we were strategic, we would have a run up and a run out. And there'd be more to it than just that.
Right. And we do have the run out with the open house the following week.
So now do you
Right.
treat that open house like its own campaign, or are we treating it like... So that's where just it's a mental exercise.
Right.
So
That achieves what? What does the mental exercise achieve?
how do I use my properties and my assets to structure long-term campaigns and to build up layers of evergreen and non-evergreen campaigns over time?
Okay.
Because essentially that's your job as a marketer.
Right.
Right? You're like, I need to get leads. Leads come from campaigns,
Okay.
not from properties and
Right.
not from assets.
Okay.
And so a campaign is when someone has intelligently said, I'm starting a campaign, I'm going to use these assets and I'm going to use these properties to deploy this messaging, and I'm going to try to drive behavior to this result, and I've just structured my computation of that differently.
Right.
What this allows us to do is say, based on our long-term objectives, what properties do we have available? What messaging currently lives on those properties? What messaging do we want to roll through those properties?
Right.
to support what objectives according to our calendar cycle of promotion.
Okay.
So then I guess we could build something called a promotion calendar. You take 12 months.
Yep.
You determine across those 12 months what we want to promote as a company, because just like this says to be single-minded, we should also be single-minded in our promotion.
Okay.
So, for example, we're now in February. The only thing I'm going to promote this month is my 90-day plan. So what that looks like is, starting this week or next week, we're going to go to every social media property. We're going to put in our email signatures.
Right.
We're going to change the front page of the website. All of those things are going to speak to register for the 90-day plan. A question would be, once we inventory every property, we ask which properties get the most exposure, because properties should be sorted by audience, like eyeballs. And how do we leverage those properties to drive those eyeballs to the next eyeball location until such time I can provoke like a real interaction.
Right.
And so question I would have is, are we unnecessarily listing phone numbers and websites on trucks when we know for a fact they're going to go home and Google you? So can we occupy 30% of the wrap space that's previously being used with contact information nobody's ever going to write down? Can we put in direct and clear calls to action? Can we put in specific text that says, we renovate houses really well? Like, can we make some of those tweaks to existing properties in a way that you're not having to go create a bunch of new campaigns? That's an option.
Okay.
And then it would be great to put a calendar on here and say, you know your seasonality. Rolling into each season, what's the most thing to be what's the highest return on your investment of promotion? What's the most important thing to promote? And then how can we just backfill that, like work backwards from the promotion needs to the date where we can start prepping and changing out what's being marketed on all the properties to simply reflect the next action in the calendar. And if we were to roll through a 12-month calendar, just updating all the properties to have one congruent objective in terms of their promotion, could we like bring the mastermind of marketing effort together on that cadence of service change? Like, what's the business need? And then marketing can work backwards from the business need on a promotional calendar using the properties you have at your disposal. Then when you're looking to spend money, you can be like, okay, do I want to spend money and buy new properties? Because we can buy listing services, buy radio space, buy TV space. Like that's what we're doing in a property perspective. Do we want to invest in our brand assets and improve the quality of our creative, the quality of our video, create new engaging assets to be used in future campaigns? Or do I want to spend money building a campaign using my existing assets on my existing properties to drive a specific action? Now you're picking from one of three specific things instead of saying, how do I spend my money on marketing?
That makes sense.
Thoughts?
Yeah, it's perfect. I mean, it adds a bunch of clarity, and I can see a consistency year over year.
I'm like leaning more and more into the concept of habit and routine. Marketing, again, seems to be one of those fantasy domains where people are looking for the next right perfect thing. And I'm trying to find a way in my own life to turn marketing and promotion into a habit where not any one thing is expected to be successful. I don't expect a six-pack from any one workout. Right? It's going to take hundreds of workouts. So from that perspective, what does that mean? It means marketing is something to be calendarized and engaged in as a routine. Mission complete. Jen, do you need anything? I'm not going to hang up on you this time.
I'm going to hang up on you this time.
Great.